anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind. Repercussions and consequences. Should have known better. Wish I never met her. True to the letter, I'll never forget her. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind.
Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another live stream Saturday. And thank you for joining me. I'm going to take this hood off, but it's because the Wings of Pegasus hoodies are now in stock, and unbelievably mine has arrived today, and I was expecting it next month, and we're pretty close to next month, but mid next month it has arrived very early, so I'm modelling it tonight. And let me get you guys up on screen and let's see who is in the house tonight. So we have Brian and Billy and Carl and Peter, Jill, Sherry, Patrick, Vince, Jennifer, Rose, Lucy. Hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight and for being in the live chat room so early on. Some of you in the early bird crew I saw there when I was just setting everything up. So let me actually show you the back of this as well. I'm not sure whether you can see. It's got the Wings of Pegasus logo. You can't hear me when I turn away from the mic, probably, but it's got the Wings of Pegasus logo on the back. So, super cool stuff going on with this hoodie, and they are available in the tray underneath this video, but also at the Teespring, which is now spring.com website. And yeah, well, I think I pretty much did a link on Patreon, and if you're trying to get there, I think the tray underneath this video is the best place to go. Just click on the merchandise because it should be listed near the front, because we've got some caps that are coming soon as well. I think they are available as well. So everything, to my knowledge, is available on the Wings of Pegasus merchandise front, and you can click on anything you want. Also, let's have a quick plug of the mug, because we usually do this anyway. You can pick up mugs and all that kind of stuff. wingsofpegasus.com is where you can also get the merch that Carla sorts out, so you can head over there and just merch yourself out. So a huge thank you to you guys for the donations that have come in, and they do disappear when the live stream starts. I'm not sure why, but that's the super chat window at the moment. But I know that there were some donations that came in earlier than that, so I am going to address those. But we have a full-on night tonight with the live stream, because we have a few pictures to get through, but we do have a pick roulette as well that we will be getting into later, because we did reach the target last Saturday. So thank you for everyone. Well, thank you everyone for hitting those thumbs up last week, and if you can do that again, let's see where we are with the likeometer. There it is, 1, 2, 3, perfect timing. And thank you everyone for leaving a like as you come through the door. It would be much appreciated if you could do that. And we are going for an insane target tonight. I think it was something like 375. There it is up on screen, and yes, it is 375, which means the pick roulette likes target is 380. So that's just an insane number. We'll see if we can get there by the end of the live stream, but we are in a race against time, because we have probably about just an hour, just over an hour before the end of the live stream, so we are racing to see how many thumbs up we can get. So just rush in with those if possible, and we'll have a spike of the likes really early on and see where we end up. But 144 now is definitely a good start, so thank you guys for all of those thumbs up in these live streams. It really does help the channel to grow, these live streams to get out there, and just all of the videos really to get out there a little bit more. So it really does help a lot. Thank you for hitting those thumbs up. So let's take some of these things off the screen. We'll get big. Well, we know what the pig roulette target is. It's always 5 above our general likes goal, and you can see that I've written up there, zip up hoodies out now. Just to remind you, in case people maybe tune in a little bit later on, see me in this, don't know what's going on, and just have their minds blown by the fact that I've got a zip-up hoodie. I should have really demonstrated the zip, but that's the whole point of this speciality item as it is listed. But yeah, these are available, so good stuff. We are going to be moving forward with our live stream, as always, getting into a cover video, and depending on where we are with the likes at the end of the live stream, sometimes I play an extra video to give people a chance to type I agree and to tag Carla in that particular post if they are going to do that. So I am going to try and address these donations that came in before we started the live stream. First of all was Orlando, which I always plug the mug, even though I've already done that when Orlando has donated. So thank you for that, Orlando. And the donation was $2. Thank you for that. And the message is, the catch-up crew, for me, spike the likes with a thumbs up. So great idea, Orlando, and thank you for the donation and for messaging, even though you are going to be in the catch-up crew later on. Hello if you're watching this in the future. And Marilyn has donated $2. Thank you for that, Marilyn. The message is, hi Phil, catch-up crew, here I come, with a heart. So thank you for that. And Marilyn's donated again after that, another $5. And the message is, hi Phil, what musician, whether it be with guitar, drums, keys, that you think you could learn a lot from? So thank you for that, Marilyn. And I'm not sure as to when we're talking about, if there's a particular artist that I have been influenced by, but most of all, probably Jimi Hendrix on guitar. That was when I first started to learn to play the guitar, and I heard him playing, and I thought I'd like to be able to do that. So that's where most of my influences come from. Gary Moore as well, Red Beach, who's a guitarist for Winger. And generally, I mean, Stevie Ray Vaughan as well, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani. There's so many guitarists that I was into when I was learning to play in my teens. And yeah, it tended to be always guitar players. It was a little bit further down the line that I then started to diversify my playing, if that's even a word. And having these other instruments, I knew that I needed to be able to do them to a particular level, be able to play them to a particular level in order to make a whole song and to arrange a song, because I wanted to be able to make full songs rather than just playing maybe a cover over the top of a track that everybody knows and just play the guitar. I wanted to be able to do everything. So yeah, I knew that I had to practice other instruments, but I wasn't really heavily influenced by players of those other instruments. It was very much guitar that I started with, and therefore I would be listening to singers that were singing for the bands that my favourite guitarists were in. And that's just the way that I maybe got influenced by singers, but then I'm very much one of those people that believes in using your own voice and not trying to copy anybody else, because if you use your own tone and just the way that you sing, it means that you will sound unique, which is a selling point that is the most important selling point, is being slightly different, and everyone is slightly different just due to nature. So I just say embrace that and just sing the way that you sing, and people will like your music because it will sound different, and they'll like your voice because it sounds different, as long as you go through the correct training and make sure that you work at your voice to get it as good as you can get it to really maximize your tone and your vocal ability. Whereas I think a lot of people might think that, oh, I'm just not going to work at singing and hope that everybody likes it, because there's a chance that you might not be very good at hitting particular notes and just doing those foundation things that you want to have as your foundation of singing or playing any instrument. You want to be able to have the basic techniques down. Same with guitar, same with any instrument. Your vocal cords are an instrument. You want to have that basic ability down to be able to hit notes and then work at it from there. So yeah, that's something that I believe everybody can sing, but you just need to approach it in exactly the same way you would when you're playing an instrument. So just practice maybe an hour a day and just keep on plugging away and you will get better. But anyway, thank you for that, Marilyn. Got a little bit off track with that, talking about vocals, but thank you for that. Linda Z has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Linda Z. The message is, hi Phil, I might be very late or may miss the live stream, so I wanted to say hi to you and all the wingers now. Likes are spiked just in case. So thank you for that, Linda Z, hitting that thumbs up, even though she'll be catching this later on. And again, hello if you're watching this in the future. And Marilyn's donated again, $5. Thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, I hope all of us stay healthy and I pray for those that have COVID-19 to get well, with a heart and a smiley face. So thank you again for that, Marilyn. And just the report from the UK, we're still in lockdown here. We will be for another 4 weeks, just over 4 weeks. And then we will actually be allowed outside, which will be fantastic. And it's much overdue because here we've been in lockdown since the beginning of January. So that's going to be pretty much 3 months in lockdown. So it really is. I mean, I'm one of these people that when the government say something, I definitely follow their advice to the letter, and I'll only go out if it's an absolute emergency, which I haven't had yet, fortunately. So it does mean that my orders on my website, I'm unable to go out and post anything, so those are stacking up, but I will get through to those. And if you have ordered something, and if you are in the UK, you probably understand that everyone's at home and they can't leave their house, or their houses, so it's something that I will be getting to, posting everything off soon with the CDs, the signed CDs. But at the moment, yeah, it won't happen until the end of March. And this is the other thing, that looking at TV footage and news from other countries and people on Instagram who might be in the USA or Brazil or countries in Europe where you can see that they're still socializing and they're quite close and they might not have masks on. Here, it's almost shocking to see that because of the fact that we are in lockdown and we can't go outside. We know how serious it is, and we're all getting vaccinated as soon as possible. This is the thing that our government are really pushing ahead with it. For example, my mum and dad have been vaccinated, or at least they've had their first shot, which then increases the resistance to COVID by something like 85%, depending on which one you have. But it means that I think we're now going to be rolling out to maybe the over 40s age bracket. So I just missed out on that, but I will just wait until my turn and get vaccinated as well. And it's something that a lot of people, I think to begin with, maybe didn't want to have the jab for some reason. I don't know why, but I think it's something that I've watched documentaries on the testing that they've done, and I tend to be quite involved with everything. Having studied sport and exercise science at university, you go through different processes and you know about testing, and you have to study papers and do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, you start to get a bit of an appreciation, not really on a deep level, about everything that has to, well, you get an appreciation of how strict everything is in order to bring a particular drug to market in terms of making sure that it's safe. So I've got a little bit of an understanding of that. So I know that the scientists that do these tests would not let something be released that is dangerous in any way. And I know that some people do have, it's rare, but you can have a reaction to the vaccine, but it's nothing that is comparable to COVID. Because, like this guy said on the TV documentary I was seeing here, is a well-respected scientist, he said that the vaccine is never going to be as bad as actually getting COVID. So it's better to get the vaccine and therefore to build up that immunity to it. Not immunity, but that resistance to it, so that if you do get it, you won't be affected by the symptoms and it will just potentially save your life, which is something that's definitely worth doing. But anyway, so in the UK, I think in another 4 weeks' time, we're going to be hopefully as close as we can get to really getting a handle on it, because I know that the numbers are really coming down now, especially with this double header of having the vaccines as well. So yeah, I'm not sure what it's like where you are. I know that every country is different, but certainly we are taking it very seriously here, and I'm very much looking forward to 4 weeks' time, because yeah, being indoors for almost 3 months, it would have been by then, is something I think you just like to be able to go outside just once in a while, just to change the scenery a bit. But we will see what happens. It's just gritting and bearing it and knowing that it's for the greater good. But anyway, let's move away from the vaccines for a while. Thank you, Marilyn, for that. Cara has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Cara. The message is, could we have 10 seconds of silence for fellow winger Terry Anding and all COVID sufferers? Thanks, Phil. So thank you for that, Cara. The type's really small, but I know that Terry's surname doesn't have an L in there. So thank you for that, Cara. And I believe from what I saw in the chat room earlier that this is that Terry's had the vaccination but has had a bit of a reaction to it, and I think I saw it was a headache or something like that, the symptoms. So I hope that you start to feel better, Terry. And the 10 seconds of silence, we'll try and work that in after, maybe we'll do it after the cover video. So if we can actually just go to a black screen, I'll put that up and we'll do that. We'll all know what it's for. We'll do that at the end of the cover video that we're going to be looking at later on. So we'll just have 10 seconds after that. But thank you for that, Cara. And Lauren has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. It's a straight up donation. And I think that brings us over to this window here with the super chats. And yes, Lauren was the last one to donate in there. So thank you for that, Lauren. Lucy has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Lucy. The message is, howdy Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers. Spike the likes, y'all, for the Cross the Pond Fund. So thank you for that, Lucy. And Stan has donated $10 as well. Thank you for this, Stan. The message is, thank you for the Junior Brown analysis. Love his picking. So, no problem. And I hope that you enjoyed that one, Stan. And all of you guys that saw that one, it was released last night. So if you haven't had a chance to check that one out, definitely worth a view for the amount of technique on show and Junior Brown's picking ability, alternate picking, hybrid picking, you name it, he was busting it out. So, and that was on Freeborn Man that he was performing. So check that out if you do get a chance. Released last night, it'll be on the channel here somewhere. But thank you for that, Stan. And Carl is in the house and has donated $5. Thank you for this, Carl. The message is, and by the way, we're going to be taking a look at a picture that Carl sent in later on. So look out for that. But Carl says, by now, I hope we all know what it's for. Please keep healthy, one and all. Wingers are too important to me to take chances. I need you guys. So thank you for that, Carl. And if anybody doesn't know, this is for the Cross the Pond Fund, as Lucy's was earlier as well. And it's something that I think we're still getting new people getting involved with these live streams. So if you are new to the live streams, just introduce yourself and say hi to everyone in that live chat room, because that's how everybody starts out. And then eventually we all know the names and we can have just a great little community in the live streams. And thank you, by the way, to the moderators for doing such a great job. We have Neil, Laurie, and Carla that will be going through with a wrench next to their name. Their names are in blue, so you'll be able to see when they go through. So, thank you guys for doing such a great job and keeping the live chat room such a great place to be. But also, just for tuning in, everybody, it is much appreciated that you join me on these live streams, and that also I can show some of your faces, or some of your pictures at least, during the live streams as well, just to have a little break from looking at me all the time. So, thank you for this, Carl. And we are going to just scroll down a little bit because there have been another couple or few donations, so thank you for this. And Michael has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, being vaccinated, booster 2, I'm in 3 at-risk groups. So good news. Thank you for that donation, Michael, and for letting us know. And it might get to the point that most of the population here in the UK will be vaccinated at some point. I know that maybe August this year. We're just getting through crazy numbers pretty much. The last time I saw it was something like 17 or 18 million people have had their first dose of the vaccine. And then 3 weeks later, they have the second final dose, which just boosts the immunity to it even more. So yeah, we are definitely pushing forward, but great to hear that you've had your vaccine, Michael, and thank you for that. Marge has donated $5. Thank you for that, Marge. The message is, can anyone learn to hit those high notes like the lady opera singers? So thank you for that, Marge. And it's gonna depend. I think that pretty much if you train enough, you can hit the notes in your higher end range, and you can hit them a lot more cleanly and strongly with great vocal cord connection and using airflow. That is the key in order to get as much resonance as you can from those notes, to not just blow too much air over the vocal folds. So I believe that it is possible, but everybody will know about how much training it takes in order to sing classical songs, classical music, but just to sing classically, it's something that takes a hell of a lot of practice, in exactly the same way that to play the guitar at the top level, you spend hours and hours a day practicing for years. It's exactly the same with vocals. And let me just get up on screen my patrons, because I have been babbling on and I haven't even got to the point yet of saying that the whole reason we can do these live streams and the videos on the channel is because of my patron support and just providing that foundation for the channel where I can always push forward and get new stuff if something fails, so it keeps everything rolling on. So thank you guys. And getting internet, so I can have 2 internet providers, one as a backup but then one that's more reliable than the first one that I got, where we got let down quite a lot. So thank you guys. At the bottom of the screen, you know who you are, and they also pop up in the super chat window as well, so thank you for that. Now that is sorted and up on screen, so thank you, Marge, for that donation. And I think that anybody can learn to sing the notes in their upper range with more power, more control. It just takes a lot of practice. You just got to approach it in a very serious fashion, serious manner, and you'll be okay. But I think that a lot of people probably get put off singing because they're trying to sing songs to begin with that they're not able to because they haven't trained their voice yet. And guys especially, and especially guys that are into rock music, will start trying to sing songs where the singer that they're trying to copy is hitting A4s and B4s and C5s up there in the male tenor range. And because the guys can't hit those notes, they say, oh, I can't sing. But it's not that you can't sing, it's that you haven't got the voice that this other person has. They won't be able to sing like you if you use your own voice, because you might be able to hit notes that are well below that range, but you might have a body and consistency there that other singers can't sing that low that well. So it's all about singing, like I said earlier, in your own way, using the voice you've got. And some of the greatest singers of all time have not sung high. They're not hitting high Cs. They're sometimes just hitting E4s and even lower than that. So yeah, just singing with a nice tone, with control, with stylizations of technique, and having maybe vibrato and different techniques vocally that you can employ. Just having a nice tone to your voice and being accurate pitch-wise is basically what you want to be aiming for, and then try and get a little bit of expression in there as well, and then it's all good. So anyway, thank you for that, Marge. Ken has donated $5. Thank you for that, Ken. The message is, rocking in Philadelphia with some American flags and a guitar. So thank you for that, Ken. And let's scroll down a little bit because we had a few more donations underneath this. Tortordo Porco has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, your cover of Sweet Emotion with Chris was excellent. Your voices blended together so well. Have you done any other covers with Chris? So thank you for that donation. And no, that's the only one that we did together. And it was just something that we did while we were working as a two as Wings of Pegasus. We're also going to radio stations and kind of singing on there, doing a cover. And I think we did a Bon Jovi cover as well. And I can't remember what we did off the top of my head. But anyway, that was, it was Wanted Dead or Alive. That's what we did as a cover. And yeah, it's just something that we did for, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 months. But because we were in different situations and Chris was getting a job or a new job and having to change jobs, it means that we couldn't do as much as we wanted to. So we just did that. That was just one of those things that we did in that time, that 5 or 6 months. But anyway, thank you for that. And Karen has donated $5. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, hi Phil, I'm sharing this Layla G Akita quote with you and all wingers. Happy soul, begin and end your day with music. Thanks for being you, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen, and for supplying another quote in that super chat window. And Ginger Duran has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, best wishes and congratulations on 164,000 subscribers. Spike the likes. Great idea. We are aiming for a crazy 375 tonight. And we are up to 213 so far, so we're working our way up. But already it's midnight. I don't know where the time goes, and we will try our best to keep this going as long as possible. But I know that the last live stream we did, which was on Tuesday, got past the Pick Roulette likes total. So we will have another Pick Roulette on Tuesday, but we did extend the live stream then. For the first time ever. I think we went for maybe an hour and a half, a bit longer than that. We won't be doing that tonight because I have lots of other things that I need to be doing after the live streams, and just to catch up with everything during the live stream time when I am live streaming. There are still messages coming in and emails, that kind of stuff, but also to answer the day's emails. And I am working on another potential project for the future, but I'll keep you guys in the loop about that on Patreon. But that's taking up a bit of my time as well. But I'll just let you know as things progress, because it's something that might happen or might not happen. It's just a little idea I'm working on. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation. And 164,000 subscribers. Thank you everyone for subscribing and spending time on the channel, watching some of the videos. It's much appreciated. And hopefully soon, maybe, we might get to 165,000. I know that we are a little bit past 164 now. We will see, but fingers crossed. And if you subscribe and hit that notification bell, it all helps, all that cool stuff. Thank you guys for doing that. And Susan has donated $10 as well. Thank you for this, Susan. And the message is, I'm actually starting to like your extra long hair. Soon do your cover of More Than Words, because your hair is almost as long as their hair. And I love the way you do that song as well. So thank you for that, Susan, and for the kind words. And yeah, this is it. We've got another 4 weeks of hair growth at least. Actually, I'm lying. We have another 6 weeks of hair growth because the earliest that I'll be able to get a haircut, and it won't even be happening then, is April the 12th, which is my birthday, and also the day where hairdressers can start working again. So we will see. The hair, you can see, is down to about here. So we're probably about about end of nose level, so soon it'll be mouth level, then chin level, and yeah, we will be in extreme territory quite literally with the band. And yeah, because there's just all one length, whereas I haven't had the advantage of starting where it's all going to be one length. The fringe is always going to be shorter than these end parts, so this is all going to grow, and by the time the fringe is down here, the other hair will be down here. It's going to look ridiculous, but anyway, that's just the way of it. So tune in future live streams in 6 weeks' time to see the carnage that is going on with my hair. But anyway, thank you for that, Susan. And Michael's donated again. Thank you for that. The message is, and the $5 donation, the message is, on an earlier analysis video, somebody said Junior Brown was Hendrix on Hee Haw. That's actually Roy Clark, but Junior's great. So thank you for that, Michael. And that certainly is the case, that when you're talking about Roy Clark, who I have featured a few times on the channel, he certainly would have been Hendrix on Hee Haw. And yeah, just top player as well with Glenn Campbell. And I mentioned Glenn recently with the Beach Boys live analysis that I did. And yeah, because Glenn was part of that setup in the mid 60s. So yeah, interesting stuff. But anyway, yeah, Junior Brown is like, yeah, the I guess slide or steel guitar version of Hendrix. I mean, considering that what I was looking at Junior Brown playing was purely not on the Git Steel. It was on the Git Steel guitar, but not the steel version of the guitar that he's playing when he's got the two necks. He was just on the guitar version at the top, so he wasn't playing any slide on that. This was all just pure guitar technique, so really impressive stuff. But thank you for that, Michael. And Wang Fuzi has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, your hair is looking more and more like 70s Rory Gallagher. That's a good sign, or a good thing. So thank you for that. And it is probably getting more close to Rory than Extreme, because I think Rory had a little bit of a shorter fringe. So it's something that definitely, for me, is going to be a cool look to be compared with Rory. But thank you for that, Wang Fuzi. And Deborah has donated $10. And there's a lot of donations coming in, so thank you guys so much for this. We will get into the cover video for tonight, and if you can keep on hitting that thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated, getting us towards our like total for tonight. But Deborah has donated $10. Thank you for that. The message is, if you have a concert across the pond, you might have a huge crowd. 164,000. So thank you for that, Deborah. And I think that the 164,000 is a combination of different countries. I know that over in the USA is maybe about 80% of that. So whoever's good at maths can work out 80% of 164,000. But then you've got to take into consideration all the different states and where people are. So it would be a case of organising something and hoping that just enough people will be able to make it there from a state or maybe a surrounding state. But then again, states are pretty big, so it could take a long time to travel to the particular venue. But anyway, thank you for that, Deborah. And yeah, it would be a huge crowd if everybody just went to the same place. And yeah, definitely have to be quite a large venue to be rented out. But thank you for that, Deborah. DM has donated $1.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, I know you like Red Beach. Ever talk to him? ? So I haven't spoken to Reb one-on-one, and I have been to see him play live, but that was many years ago. It is something that in the future I might be talking with guitarists, and maybe Reb is one of those. I haven't approached him yet, but I can definitely see it happening in the future in order to maybe get him on the channel or talk with him. That would be really cool. But it's one of those avenues I haven't pursued yet, and it might be something that I can look at in the future. But thank you, DM, for that donation. And there's another one straight after, again, from DM. Thank you again. The message is, Phil, I am a fan of Jackie Eventro. Ever hear her? So thank you for that. And I haven't yet. That's one of those names and players that I haven't checked out any playing from. So it's one of those that I'm sure I will be looking at in the future, even just to have a little listen, because that's what I tend to do when the new name pops up. But anyway, thank you for that. And Sue has donated $20 as well. Thank you for that, Sue. And the message is popping for a minute will catch up on the catch up crew, or okay, so I think there's maybe popping in for a minute. So thank you for that, Sue. It just took me a little while to read that one, but also thank you for joining me in the future if you're watching this in the catch up crew, but also for donating during the live time. And Lethea has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, Phil, do you know how to write music on paper? Also, thanks to all wingers for your love through my ordeal. I'm doing great, working a lot. I love you all. So thank you for that, Lethea. And I read music to a point of being able to teach people, and particularly students who are at school age, to teach. If they're doing grading where they sit an exam and they have to have the practical skill of playing the guitar, but also they have to be able to read the music, that means that they need that skill. So I have to be able to teach them how to read music. So it's not something that I do personally in terms of when I learn a song, going to read the music from the sometimes tablature. I do read tabs sometimes, but the music notation, it isn't something that I go to. I tend to just listen to stuff and then play it, because that's how I first started to learn to play the guitar. And I tend to try or I don't consciously try, but I tend to lean away from theory, because I find that some of the best players and the best songwriters of all time don't read or write music, or they might have the ability to on some level, but they don't claim to be able to read or write music. I think there's something that fundamentally understanding music as a language and being able to communicate that language isn't to do with learning to read or write it. And I pretty much see it as music being a language, and somebody can speak a language fluently, but they might not be able to read or spell the words that they're saying, but they can communicate perfectly with other people that live in that particular country and speak that language. They're perfectly understandable and communicate very well. And that's what I relate music to, is that it's a language that everybody speaks. So I don't really place the emphasis on being able to read it and write it, as much as being able to communicate it to everybody around the world as efficiently as possible. So, yes, to answer that question, that I don't write my music down in music notation, and I haven't even done any tabs of it. It just would take me too long to do. I haven't got that amount of time at my disposal, unfortunately. And yeah, it's something that I don't read unless I'm teaching. That'll be something that, again, the pieces that you have to teach and read are of a totally different style. They are very set pieces, and those pieces rotate over a series of years with the ABRSM. And yeah, that's just the board of music that we have here. And I don't really keep up to date with that, especially now that I'm not teaching. I'm just doing my own thing, and yeah, not spending really any time reading or writing music. Not that I wrote music in the first place in terms of writing it down physically, but writing original music is the way that I like to go in terms of that direction, because it means that you can just communicate and just treat it like a language without having to worry about writing it down. Other people can do that afterwards if they want to. They can write down the stuff that I have composed, but I don't write it down at any stage. But anyway, thank you, apart from maybe the chords and record what I'm playing and progressions, but I'm not writing it down musically. So thank you for that. And also, let me just scroll down a little bit to make sure that I don't miss anybody, but thank you for that, Lethea. And we have Renee as well in the house, who has donated $10. Thank you for that. The message is, Did you know Alice Cooper, age 73, has a new album out? It rocks. I can see you covering some of those songs. So thank you for that, Renee. And I wasn't sure when the album was coming out, but if it has been released now, then that's great. Again, it's another thing that I have to put on my to listen to list because I haven't listened to it yet. But, I mean, Alice Cooper's one of those guys that is always, well, playing golf, which is something that I can definitely see the attraction of because, yeah, it's something that I think I would get addicted to as well if I played quite a lot. And yeah, he's always either performing up on stage as well, putting on great shows. So thank you for that, Renee. And Cara has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, and thank you again for that, the message is, you really made me laugh discussing the carnage of your hair growth. You have a great sense of humor. So thank you for that, Cara. And yeah, it definitely is going to be carnage in a few weeks' time, let alone 6 weeks' time. But anyway, thank you, Leanne, as well, who has donated $5. The message is, I've had both jabs. Yay. Phil, your hair is getting long enough to do its own cover of Hair with a laughing face. So thank you for that, Leanne. And this is, I think, yeah, in relation to the musical that I think we have here in the West End as well. But anyway, thank you for that, Leanne. Jill has donated $10. Thank you for this, Jill. And the message is, you have a good birth date. My birthday is also April 12th. It hits on a Monday this year, so you can celebrate without having to do a live stream with a smiley face, a heart, and some rock horns, I believe. It's yellow on yellow, so I can't really see. But anyway, thank you for that, Jill. And I didn't even think about that. I haven't pre-planned that far into the future. I just go day by day. But my birthday lands on a Monday, which is an admin day for me and not a video day. So I will be able to relax to a point, and maybe I'm not sure whether Chinese is going to be something that I can eat, because that's something that I do like to have just as a birthday treat. But it's going to be closed because everywhere's in lockdown. Or by then, actually, April 12th, everywhere might have opened up to a point. I know that delivery services are still going now, but whether they will be open, I do not know. So that's something that maybe I can look forward to on the 12th. But anyway, happy birthday, Jill, for then. I know that it's massively in advance. But anyway, I hope you have a great day. And thank you as well to Ginny, who has donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, speaking of hee-haw, don't forget the late Don Rich, a great picker. Hope you do him someday. So thank you for that. And I'm trying to think if I have a video on the channel here of Don. I'm not sure whether I do. I'm going to have to look back and double check. But I'm sure in the back of my mind, I think that Don is here somewhere. I'll have a little search for that afterwards, but if you type in Don Rich and then British guitarist analysis, then you'll find it. Again, I think it might be one from quite a while ago, so we will see. But anyway, thank you for that donation. And Michael has donated $25. Thank you for that. Very kind donation. And the message is, hi Phil, thanks for all you do. What was your earliest memory of music? Did it connect with you right away? Question mark. So thank you for that, Michael. And my earliest, I don't know, it's, I think probably listening to music in the car, the various tapes that we had going on in there, so many different styles of music. And we had a Philip Bailey tape in there. We had Michael Jackson as well. My dad had lots of different records. We had Boston, Jimi Hendrix. We also had Michael Jackson on record as well. We had, let me try and think of some other bands. These were bands that I listened to the music, but I didn't necessarily know who the bands were at that point. It's just something that my dad would put on. And then I'd try and put them on as well without damaging the records myself, because as a young kid, yeah, that's something that I wasn't encouraged to do. So my dad would put them on. But trying to think of my earliest memory, musically, I know that I worked out on the guitar a theme, and it was called a show here called EastEnders, and I worked out the theme on guitar just by pushing. I think everyone does this. You push down a single note at a time and try and find where the notes are for the theme or the song that you're trying to play. So you're not playing chords, but that's my earliest memory of learning to play something on the guitar. And yeah, it wasn't very good, but then I started to learn a really basic blues that my dad showed me because my dad played guitar. And from then, I think I probably played that for a few months, but then realised I actually wanted to play like the people on the records that I was listening to. So yeah, started to practice a little bit more and try and get a handle as to what they were doing. But anyway, Michael, thank you so much for that donation. We are going to be jumping into the cover video for tonight. So we'll have the 10 seconds for the COVID memory thing after this that was requested by Cara earlier on. So we will do that after this video. We'll have a little 10 seconds and we'll just go to a black screen. But just going to pop over to Patreon. Thank you guys so much for requesting these videos and these different songs, originals, and the covers. We're going to be taking a look at my collaboration with Sina, who's a drummer here on YouTube, and she has a very popular channel. And we got together quite a while ago now, but this was requested over on Patreon. We had Karen, who requested this one. I'm just going to have a little scroll down to see who else. I know that there were more than one request for this. Also, Music Maiden and Joan as well. So thank you guys for requesting this. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's our cover of You Give Love a Bad Name, the Bon Jovi classic. And I will be in the live chat room while this is playing, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Darling, you give love a bad name.
And there we just had our little 10 seconds of silence just to think about everybody that has been through so much with COVID, and we just put that in after that video as requested by Cara, but certainly just have a little think about things. But I hope you guys did enjoy that collaboration that I had with Cena, and I hope you enjoyed our version of the classic Bon Jovi track, You Give Love a Bad Name. So let me get the super chat window up on screen again, because we have had a little bit of action in there. So thank you guys so much for these donations. And we have Mario in the house tonight, so everybody say a huge hello to Mario. That's what we do on these live streams. And we might be able to see Mario's guitars behind the lycometer, and there they are. We have the Gem and the Maton as well, so thank you, Mario, for sending those my way, and also for this very kind donation of $200. Thank you so much for that, Mario. And the message is, hi Phil, here's something towards the Across the Pond Fund. P.S. The carpet looks way cool, with some smiley faced man at the end. So thank you so much for that, Mario, and for the kind words about the carpet. It has certainly made a difference in here. And yeah, I mean, the sound is a lot better, at least for recording, and I think it takes a little bit of time for people to get used to, because of the difference in sound due to how resonant the room was before. And resonance, well, resonant frequencies isn't what you want when you're recording anything really, because I used to have this peak at about 160 hertz, which was just really bad. It's like a hum that would happen. It was really off-putting, and it would cause the speakers to feed back with quite a low volume, because of the fact that you just got resonance that then just overtook everything. And yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare. So everything's improved from that side of things, and I think hopefully now people are starting to get a little bit more used to the sound in here. But thank you, Mario, so much for that donation, and I'm sure everybody's saying a big hello to Mario in that live chat room tonight. And thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. Let's see where we were, 281. So if you do get a chance to hit that thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated. We are aiming for 375 tonight, and we've probably got about 15-20 minutes left of the live stream, so it's always a race against time to hit these targets. We always raise them up a little bit, but it means that the pick roulette likes target is set at 5 more than that, as it always is, 380. So that's what we are going to try and hit in order to get a pick roulette in the live stream next week. We are going to be having one that's going to be turning up pretty soon. We're going to have a look at a couple of pictures first from you guys that you've sent in and uploaded to the Wings of Pegasus supporters page over on Facebook, so thank you guys for doing that. But let's just get back into the super chat window very quickly, because Huck has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. The message is, I would love to hear you play something live. So thank you for that, Huck. And I do sometimes play some live videos from the live stream that I did, and I don't think that we're going to be listening to one tonight. But if you tune into the live streams regularly, then I do play lots of videos from that live stream gig that I did. And yeah, in terms of playing something live across the live stream, it's going to take a little bit more organization and a little bit more time than what I do in order just to set up these live streams, because here I only have to worry about one microphone. And also on the analysis videos, sometimes I demonstrate, play the guitar and sing a little bit just to demonstrate notes. I'm not doing covers of songs in the analysis videos, but setting up an actual cover and a live performance, I like to have everything plugged in and set up like I would do live if I was playing a show. So I don't generally play just an acoustic guitar and sing. I have done that in the past for a particular video on Patreon because it has been requested, but yeah, I tend to prefer the whole band setup, and that's why I did that live stream gig, in order to get the full band involved and that full band sound. But yeah, it would take a lot more setup than just what I set up for these live streams. But thank you for that donation, Huck. And Ray's in the house as well. and has donated $200. Thank you so much for that, Ray. Another very kind donation. And the message is, I continue to love what you do. So thank you so much for the donation, but also those kind words. And I'm glad that you enjoy the channel and the videos and the different things that we speak about on the channel, but also over on Patreon. So thank you for all of your support and everybody for these donations tonight in that super chat window and your support on Patreon. But these live streams, the donations really do make a huge difference to everything that I can then achieve moving forward, and not having to maybe take a few days off to fix things or wait to save up for things. So thank you guys, it really does make a huge difference. And also just for spiking those likes and getting these videos out there a little bit more. We do seem to be having a few more people getting involved on these live streams, so thank you everyone for joining in, and to everyone who is new, hello, thank you for joining. And if you do want to join the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, just search for that group, type in Wings of Pegasus supporters, and you will find it there. You can join that group. I think around about 400 members in that particular group, as Laura let me know that actually there was the 400th member on the last live stream, I do believe I mentioned that. So you can get involved there. That's where the pictures get uploaded to. And let's jump into the pictures because we have a couple to look at, and like I said earlier, Carl is in there somewhere, so I do have to go to a different place in order to find these pictures, so you always have to bear with me a little bit until I can actually find them. But let's get Carl up on screen. Hopefully we will be able to see. There is Carl's pic with a picture of some dude. So thank you for uploading that one, Carl. And we have the American flag there, and also a drink of something that looks not much like orange squash or summer fruit squash. But also we have a very health conscious Teddy there as well, wearing a mask. So thank you for uploading this, Carl. And I believe the picture that is in that picture is Carl's user picture or username image on YouTube. Now, I'm not sure whether that is correct or not, but I seem to remember it is. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Carl, for uploading that picture, and congratulations on the pic as well. And we then have Nalita, who has uploaded again another lucky winner of the Wings of Pegasus pick roulette pick, and there it is, the signed pick. That's the only way you can get your hands on that particular pick, is to be lucky on the pick roulette wheel. So congratulations to Nalita, and thank you for uploading that. I think I do have another picture as well, which shows a little bit more, because we have the pick tin and the picture, and also we have more picks, and these are the picks that you can pick up over at wingsofpegasus.com /store or merch. I think I've called it merch, so / merch. And if you just go to the Wings of Pegasus website, you'll be able to find it all there, and that's the merchandise that Carla organizes. So big thank you to her. And I think those are the pictures for tonight. And if I do miss anyone out, I'll make sure that I get hold of the pictures and upload them again for the next live stream, which will be on Tuesday. And live streaming Tuesday nights, Saturday nights, that's what we do here. And it's always at 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time, so you might have to work out your time zone to make sure that you catch it live, because that's the only point at which you'll see your name in the live chat room if you are watching it live. And the live analysis videos, by the way, happen at the same time on a Wednesday night. So if you want to catch a live analysis, then tune in on a Wednesday night. It's 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time. So let's jump into the pick roulette for tonight. And we're going to keep on spiking those likes if possible, because we are always getting so close to the end of the live stream. First of all, thank you, Patty, for this $5 donation that's just jumped in there. And the message is, if lockdown was over, who do you most wish to see live? Question mark. So, thank you for that, Patty. This is a good question. Who would I like to see live? Probably, I'd be really boring and just say the bands that I've already seen live. So these are the kinds of bands. I mean, Winger would be cool. Also, just seeing Kip Winger again, just his one-man show, that was really cool. Whitesnake, Def Leppard, the hard rock 80s bands, and yeah, it's something that, I mean, I would like to put a little bit of a spotlight on that genre of music, maybe talk to a few members of bands, and the fact that it's my personal preference and it's the music that I really do enjoy, it would be great to talk to some of those guys, get them on the channel, but that's all for the future. So I'd probably just like to get out there and watch, I mean, any hard rock gig would be great, but I know that The Warning, for example, were one of those bands that were due to come over to the UK, but then had to cancel, and I was due to be involved with that, just doing maybe a bit of presenting, and I know that it was something that was going to be crowd-funded, and some of the crowdfunding members were they going to attend, and that would have been cool to see them, and also just watch them live, but also see their fans and interact and just do a bit of presenting. That would have been really cool, but unfortunately COVID then happened and that had to get called off. But that would be a live event that I'd be very excited to see in the future as well. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Patty. And Lucy has donated $9.99 again. Thank you for this, Lucy. The message is, Phil, some wingers wonder if you have or had any problems with your neighbours when you play. Noise complaints? I would consider your playing noise. Or maybe that should say, I wouldn't consider your playing noise. So thank you for that, Lucy. And it ends with a smiley face. And this is something that fortunately I haven't struggled with. I think purely because I don't play that loud, and especially here now with the carpet, it's going to be a little bit better insulated with sound. Escaping is not going to happen as much, but it's pretty good in here with the doors. I mean, they are kind of locking. I don't know if you know the kind of doors that they are, but you can kind of lift up the handle and it locks into place. So it's pretty good at keeping out or stopping the noise from escaping to any extent. During the day, it's not going to be something that's going to worry people, and early in the morning it might be if I really turned up the volume of everything. But even when I was recording my album, I don't turn things up to a ridiculous volume because I can tweak everything myself in the DAW that I use, which is Logic Pro 10, and I can get the sound that I want from the amp and from the mic without having to really overdo it, because you don't really have to turn it up loud to get a particular tone. If anything, you'll find that a lot of guitarists use a smaller amp, and sometimes just modeling amps in the studio, like a Kemper, for example, which is something that I spoke with Buck Dharma about. The way that they released and recorded their last album was a lot of that. So it's not really about getting loads of amps in and turning up to ridiculous volumes. It's about getting your tone. And as long as you can get your tone, you don't have to turn up volume for volume's sake. And that's certainly something that I don't do in here. I just play at a volume that I would say you still, if you kind of belted or sang relatively loud over the top, you would still be able to be heard over the sound of the guitar. It's not something where you need to put earplugs in. So I don't have any complaints, fortunately. So fingers crossed that that continues for the future. But thank you for that, Lucy. And Lucy donated after that to say $4.99. Thank you for that. To say, correction, I would not consider your playing noise. Darn autocorrect. So thank you for that, Lucy. And Mary has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Mary. The message is, maybe after lockdown you will do another long walk video, question mark, with a smiley face. And I'm not sure whether I would do that for another video because I've already used it. That's my one idea now used for the Art Not Commerce video. I'll probably go for a long walk, but I wouldn't film it. It'll be very boring. But I mean, I guess if I got out there to play golf is a very long walk. So that is something that really ticks both boxes. The only thing is that when you play golf, you have to wear a particular set of clothing, and you have to have a collar, and there are particular rules that you need to have to go and play golf with the clothing that you wear. So I wouldn't look particularly rock and roll, and if I did, I wouldn't be allowed on the golf course. But yeah, it is a long walk. Maybe one day I will film or get somebody to film me hitting a golf ball, preferably not in the rough or in the trees, and not actually killing anybody with my golf ball. But anyway, that's something for the future. Anyway, thank you, Mary, for that donation. And we have Amanda in the house as well, who has donated $5. And no, that's 5 Brazilian reais. So it's not dollars, but it's a dollar symbol with the R after, or should I say before, the currency, the money. So thank you so much for that, Amanda. And the message is, spike the likes, wingers, with some rock horns. So a great idea there. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, it'd be much appreciated if you could, because we're now going to try and pressure myself to do some maths. We're looking for 50. It was at 315, so I'm going to use that. We're looking for 50 more people, I believe, to get to 375. And maybe it's 47 now that it's gone to 318. My maths might be off, but we're basically looking for people to hit that thumbs up. If you can do that and you haven't done that yet, it would be much appreciated. We're aiming for 375. Ideally, we're aiming for 380 to get ourselves another pick roulette spin next Saturday. We'll see where we end up. And we've got maybe 5 or so minutes left of the live stream. So we're going to be finishing off tonight's live stream looking at the pick roulette wheel. So hopefully it is your lucky night if you're watching this, and if you typed I agree, if you tagged Carla at Carla Murray and you typed I agree in capital letters last Saturday, that means that you will be on the pick roulette wheel this Saturday. And that's the way to get your name on the wheel. And don't post your name multiple times or comment multiple times. You just need to do it once, and then you will be on the pick roulette wheel. Anyway, without further ado, let's get our fingers crossed that it all works, and hopefully it is your lucky night. Good luck, everyone. Let's get into the pick roulette for tonight. Rock. So here we have it. The pick roulette wheel is up on screen. If you haven't seen one of these before, we do 5 shuffles of the names, and whoever it lands on, obviously, is going to be the winner. So good luck, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shuffles. As always, let's give the wheel a spin and see who's going to win. Right, I'm going to try and maybe pick somebody out. It goes through so quickly that I can't see the names. But I'm going to try and see if I can pick out a name. Susan and Dennis I'm going to go for. I'm going to see if Susan and Dennis make it all the way round. And I don't think we're going to make it that far. So who do we have coming through? We've got Soto and Scott and Sherry, and maybe, is it going to get as far as Jill, or is it going to stop on Sherry? That is the question. And it is Sherry who has won the pick for tonight. So congratulations, Sherry, and commiserations, everybody else. And Sherry, if you can let yourself be known in the live chat room so that Carla can get your details and send that pick off to you, then that would be great. So thank you, everybody, for entering on that pick roulette wheel. Again, if we hit the target for tonight, make sure that you type at Carla Murray. Just to what I'm going to do is I'll show you guys exactly how to do it in the live chat room, because I'll post it myself. But in order to get that far, we need a few more likes, a few more thumbs up. So we will wait to see if we can get there. We are approaching the end of the live stream, so it is really a race against time. We are at 329 currently by the looks of things, but let's get the pick roulette wheel and Sherry off the screen. So Sherry, I'm sure that you know how things work, but if you can let yourself be known in that live chat room, that would be great. So congratulations. And we are going to be playing one more video before the end of the live stream. So it gives us a little bit of a chance to get the likes raising up a little bit. We're at 330. So that means we're looking for another 45 or 44. Now that it's gone up to 331. So it's still quite a lot of people that we're looking to come into that live chat room and help spike the likes. So we will try and get a spike of the likes at 13 minutes past 1 here in the UK. We are in a race against time just before we get into the video that we're about to watch. Janice has donated $25. Thank you so much for that, Janice. The message is, thank you for including the oldies in your analysis. For all us oldies, you have also introduced us to new groups such as Disturbed. So thank you for that, Janice, and no problem. This is the thing about the analysis videos, is that I make a note of all of the requests and we just get through them one by one. We eventually get there. I know that there was an analysis recently that I did on Tool, and I think the request came in about a year previously because they said, oh, you've got to do this particular video because everyone's reacting to it and you'll get a lot of views and all that kind of stuff. Whereas, as you can tell from my hair, I don't follow trends. So if there's a particular video that is really hot, really hot right now on YouTube, I don't just follow the trends for the views and jump on different videos randomly. I'm working my way through all of those requests that I do get in the comments section. So it's not something that I just suddenly change what I'm doing. I'll just get through them eventually. And yeah, I do get a lot of requests. So it's no problem. It just so happens that we get a great range of videos that are requested. So one day we might be looking at a band like Tool, for example, in the early 90s. And then we'll be looking at something like the Beatles in the mid 60s. We might be looking at something even earlier than that or even more recent. And yeah, it's something that just chops and changes as I go through the list. So yeah, we've even looked at performances recently, like COVID performances, people being in lockdown and still putting videos on the internet. So yeah, we're just looking at anything and everything that is suggested. So thank you for that donation. And I'm just going to scroll up to make sure I don't miss anybody out, because All About Guitars has donated $5 as well, and that might be Hey Ice as well, I'm not sure, but thank you for that donation. And the message is, would you do a reaction over Jerry Cantrell's playing? So thank you for that. And I'd do an analysis video. Yes, that's absolutely fine. As I said, I just work my way through the list. So I just add the names to the list and then just keep on going from as far as I've got. And what I tend to do is call the videos analysis videos, even though some people call them reaction videos. I tend to get the guitar out and at least explain technical terms a little bit and hopefully be a little bit more transformative with the performances, so that maybe people learn things about either the guitar playing or the artist or the band or the history or something that they can learn from the video, because I'm very much approaching it in the way that I would like to watch a video myself. If I'm ever watching somebody look at a particular band or artist, I like to learn something while I'm watching somebody perform at the top level. So that's what I attempt to do. And those are the kind of videos that I'm into. I'm not so much into the reaction videos where there's no insight into what's actually going on, and somebody just saying that they like the performance and they really love the performance and just use lots of different ways to say that they like the performance. I like to know about the performance and yeah, that's what I find interesting, so that's what I try and aim for with my analysis videos. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation. And Paul has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, hello wingers, rather than In at the Deep End, a couple of straight up jams with players you like would be great. So thank you for that, Paul. And this is the thing that with In at the Deep End at the moment, I'm working on another thing at the moment for the future. So the In at the Deep End isn't going to be happening this month. In fact, it might be something that could happen in the future. It depends. I'm kind of doing, I always have ideas for things and then I just pursue that particular idea and then see it through to then getting the idea up and running. And certainly In at the Deep End is one of those where the idea has been thought of, the concept has been followed through, so that now at least I have a couple of videos about that I can then revisit on the channel. But I'm looking at getting another concept up and running, which might be along the lines a little bit more of a jam type approach, but it's something that I'm still working on behind the scenes at the moment. So I'll let you guys all know as soon as I know when I'm going to be getting things organized properly for that. But it could be really interesting in the future. I'll let you guys know on Patreon. Of course, I'm always updating there, so that'll be the place to go to in order to get everything up to date. And just to let you know, the Patreon website, that is it, patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, and that's where all these lovely people at the bottom of the screen have joined me over there, and they support the channel. They are the foundation of the channel, so thank you guys again. If you want to get involved yourselves, that is the site to go to. But let's get that off the screen. And Patty has donated $2 as well. Thank you for this, Patty. The message is, you need a rock and roll golf dress code exemption. So thank you for that. Maybe that's something that Alice Cooper can sort me out with. He can set up a golf club and you've got to wear rock and roll clothing to play. That'll be interesting. That'll be certainly an interesting golf course to go and visit and see people playing. But thank you as well, Paul, who has donated again, and it's $5. Thank you for that. The message is, come on, wingers, spike the likes. We have standards to uphold. So where are we at? 351. So guys, we are getting close. 351. We're looking for 24 more people in that live chat room to hit the thumbs up. Let's see if we can do that. And ideally, if we want to get another pick roulette, we're looking for even more than that. We're looking for 20. How many? This is maths. It's 342. Maths 352. So I'm misreading it. So the maths is being even more problematic because I'm having to read. I'm hoping that somebody hits the thumbs up again so that it makes it 355, and then very easy to work out that we need 20 and then 25. But we need 21 and then it went up 2. So it means we need 24 and 19. So thank you for hitting those thumbs up and making my mission even more difficult to work it out. But we're going to be jumping into my song called Haunted. This was requested over on Patreon. Again, thank you guys. Just have a quick little look down. This was Selena that threw a request in for this one, and also Deborah. So thank you guys for this. I'm just going to scroll down. Leanne requested Haunted as well. So thank you guys for these. Joan threw a request in there for Haunted as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Hit that thumbs up if possible. We are in a race against time, maybe 3 or 4 minutes left, depending on how long this song is. And we'll see if we can get up to 380 for the pick roulette likes. Let's see how we get on. But I'll see you guys after this. Rock.
Rain falls outside my window.
And there we have it. That was my song called Haunted. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. You can pick that up over at wingsofpegasus.com/music. So we are going to be calling things to a close. And where are we at with the likes? 375. So we have hit the target for tonight on the likes goal. Just the standard likes goal, but the pick roulette likes target is set at 380, which means that in the next, it looks like this is going to be an hour and a half worth of stream again. It looks like we've got maybe 4 minutes to get 5 likes. So that's what we're looking for. If there are 5 people in the live chat room who haven't hit the thumbs up, it would be much appreciated if you could do that, because we are so close. 380. We're just looking for 4 people in that live chat room. But let me get the super chat window up on screen, because we've had a few donations in there. Thank you guys for these. And Susan has donated. I'm just going to scroll up because I think Paul's was that last donation. So thank you for that, Paul. Susan donated $10. Thank you for that, Susan. The message is, Phil, you are an awesome host. Read this message slowly. This donation may or may not be a stalling tactic to buy more time to get to 380 likes. So Susan's plan might have just worked. We've got to 381. So we have made the target. Thank you guys so much for doing that. And also the rules are that if we hit 380 or the pick roulette target at any point and then somebody clicks again to make it go under, it doesn't matter. We have made the total. So we are going to be doing another pick roulette next Saturday. And let me just type in to the the chat room, the live chat room, how to get your name on the wheel for next week. And you have to do this, and hopefully I'm going to do it correctly. Where's the thing? You type in at the symbol that you use for emails. So you type the at and then Carla, and it's capital C-A-R-L-A, and then Carla's name will come up, Carla Murray. Click on her name and then click on your comment again, because you need to type in I agree, like that. And let me press the enter. And then what we have to do is we wait a little while, because it's right at the bottom of the screen. So we have to wait for other people to comment, to push that comment up. And when it goes on the screen, then I will point it out so that you guys can see exactly what you need to type in order to get your name on the wheel. Because just do it once as well. That's really important. Just type it out once. And when you see it go through the live chat room, then you will be on the wheel. So that's the way it works. And we've had another few donations, so thank you guys for these. And Lauren has donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, thanks for the music. Keep rocking. Spike those likes, guys. We can do it. So we have made it. So thank you for that, Lauren. And Joan has donated $49.99. Thank you for that. A very kind donation. And the message is, thank you, moderators. So a big shout out to the moderators. And I did give them a shout out earlier, but you can never give too many shout outs to moderators, and these guys make the live chat room such a great place to be. So thank you guys for doing such a great job, and Joan for that donation. And we have Isifer, who has donated 5 Brazilian reais. So thank you for this, Isifer. And the message is, oh my god guys, spike the likes, with a laughing face. So thank you for that, Isifer, as well. And it's worked. We did hit that likes target. So I mean, it was a crazy target tonight, 380, but we did make it. So a huge shout out to everyone in that live chat room and everybody for hitting that thumbs up. Let's give a final shout out to you guys in there. We've got Janice and Billy still in the house, Patrick still in there, Dan and Mario still in there, Stan, and that rhymed great, and Tony and Deborah as well, Jennifer, Alexi, Beverly, Becky, Susan, Chet is in the house tonight as well. So thank you for joining me, guys. If you're watching this in the future, you're watching it on catch up, you can still hit that thumbs up. It really does help the channel to grow and these live streams to get out there a little bit more. So, we're going to be back on Tuesday night for another live stream where I think we will be having another pick roulette because we hit the target last Tuesday, which is great. By the way, final shout out for this particular thing, the hoodie, the zip up hoodie, which is now available. And you can get your hands on it just by clicking on the tray underneath this video. So hopefully you guys can join me on Tuesday night as well. There's going to be another analysis video out tomorrow night, so I'll see you in the comments section then. A live analysis we do on Wednesday nights and another analysis on Friday nights. So yeah, it's all go as normal, but hopefully you guys will join me then at some point on Tuesday. I know that on Tuesdays we have a few less joining in because it's a little bit more of a difficult day to join in with a live stream with work and everything going on, but hopefully I'll see you then. Have a great rest of the weekend and try and stay as safe as possible and wear your masks, follow your government's guidelines, and hopefully if there is an option where you are to get vaccinated, then I think it is a good idea because it's certainly something that we're doing in the UK and it seems to be having quite a dramatic effect when you combine the vaccinations with being self-isolated and in lockdown and not going out. The numbers are reducing quite a lot, so we've just got another 4 weeks of that and then we'll be able to go outside. But anyway, really looking forward to that. Thank you guys for joining me tonight, and I'll see you guys hopefully on Tuesday, and I'll be doing another video tomorrow night. So I'll see you in the comments section then. So have a great rest of the weekend, and thank you for hitting that thumbs up. It is massively appreciated. Massive shout out to the moderators as always, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock!